Hi, friends. Welcome to my reading teacher. Today, we have a special book called The Selfish Crocodile by Faustin Charles and Michael Terry. And this is a request from a student in Mrs. Veal's class. Right next door, Emma S. has requested for me to read this. And you know what? When you send me a request, I'm going to read it for you. So, Emma, sit back, relax, and enjoy, and everybody else too. And I bet this is on AR for my friends here at my school. You can take an AR test on this. The Selfish Crocodile. And I will do my best to show you the pictures. And I always like to have a discussion, especially about some of the more challenging or difficult words. So we will talk about some of those words. In a river deep in the forest, there lived a large crocodile. He was a very selfish crocodile. He didn't want any other creatures to drink or bathe in the river. He thought it was his river. Every day he shouted to the creatures of the forest, "Stay away from the river. It is my river. And if you come into my river, I will eat you up." Oh my goodness. So that is a good way they're describing him, selfish. He does not want to share at all. So there were no fish, no tadpoles, no frogs, no crabs, no crayfish in the river. They were all afraid of the selfish crocodile. The forest creatures kept away from the river too. Whenever they were thirsty, they had to go for miles out of their way to drink in the other rivers and streams. Well, that's sad. How would you feel if you had to go miles away because a crocodile would not share with you? Or let's put it different. If someone at our school and said you couldn't use their drinking fountain, that's sad. Every day, the crocodile lay in the sun on his great big back, picking his big sharp teeth with a stick. And I'm going to show you a close up here. I want you to really see those teeth. Oh my goodness. Those are very sharp teeth. Early one morning, the forest animals were awakened by a loud groaning sound. Something was in terrible pain. The creatures thought it must be an animal caught by the crocodile. But as the bright sun came out, they saw that it was the crocodile who was in pain. He was lying on his big back, holding his swollen jaw and crying real tears. And you can say the words with me: groan, groan. The creatures drew closer, but not too close. Some of them felt sorry for the crocodile. "What's the matter with him?" asked a deer. "I don't know," said a squirrel. "Maybe he's going to die," chirped a blackbird. "If that happens, it'll be safe to go in the river again," grunted a wild pig. Look at this wild pig. I love this giraffe. What a beautiful giraffe. The animals thought about it. They hung from the branches. They peeked through the grass. They buzzed in the air. They shook their heads as they watched the great big crocodile. But no one tried to help. That's a sad situation. Not good. Suddenly, a little mouse appeared. Sniffing the air, he ran along the crocodile's tail, then onto his stomach. The other creatures stared. So I want you to see this cute little mouse. And look how they're all sitting there looking at the crocodile's tummy, or his stomach to be official. "Look at that mouth," chattered a monkey. "He's either very brave or very crazy," growled a lion. "He's going to be eaten for sure," said an iguana. The mouse crept along the crocodile's big neck and into his open mouth. There was a hush in the forest. Oh my goodness, you have to just look at these teeth. Wow. The mouse took hold of something and pulled and pulled and pulled. Finally, he pulled it out, put it on his shoulder, and walked out of the crocodile's mouth. The astonished creatures began to cheer. I like that word, astonished. That means surprise. They are in shock and surprise. What do you think was wrong with that tooth? I bet you know. Do you think it was a rotten tooth? Do you think he had a toothache? The crocodile sat up and said, "The pain is gone." Then he saw the mouse walking down his stomach, carrying an enormous crocodile tooth on his shoulder. "Your bad tooth was giving you a toothache," said the mouse, turning around to face the now smiling crocodile. "Do you want it back?" "Oh, no, 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 no. Get rid of it. And when you're finished, come back. I have a present for you." The mouse buried the bad tooth under a tree, and when he returned, the crocodile had a nice, juicy nut waiting for him. Sorry, my pages are old. As the crocodile watched the mouse eat his nut, he said, "You must be very smart if you can cure a toothache, and very kind, too. I am so grateful. But what should I do if my toothache comes back?" So they're having a conversation, and my brain is thinking, I'm thinking, is the crocodile going to stay kind and nice and thankful? Let's see. "Don't worry, I'll help you take care of your teeth," answered the mouse, nibbling. Soon the crocodile and the mouse became best friends. Oh, I like that. Not long after, the crocodile sent out all the animals an invitation. "Please come to drink and bathe in the river. I won't hurt you. The river belongs to all of us," he said. Oh, that's fabulous. Do you think the crocodile learned his lesson? Now, he had to go through a horrible toothache in the process. The creatures weren't afraid to drink and bathe in the river anymore, and although the crocodile was sometimes a little grumpy, they grew to love him. And soon the river was once again full of fish and tadpoles and frogs and crabs and crayfish. Oh, that's amazing. So it's completely changed. Sorry, these pages are sticking a little. And it ends with just everyone happily living in harmony in the forest or the jungle. So, in our story, the crocodile learned his lesson. And I like when it said that sometimes he was grumpy because we're not always in a perfect mood, but he learned that friendship was more important than being selfish and having everything to yourself. Thank you so much, Emma, for suggesting our book. And please give me a thumbs up if you liked our story. Keep watching My Reading Teacher.